While politicians currently are eager to blame video games for the spate of mass shootings going on because they don't want to upset the NRA in any way whatsoever, some fucking dickhead at CNN has decided to label them virtual boot camps, claiming that since Dick's Sporting Goods restricted the sale of assault rifles, video game companies should, and I quote, follow suit and consider the content in their video games because, of course, an assault rifle and a game are the exact same fucking thing, aren't they, Jeremy Ballsack? There is at least one documented case of a killer using a first-person shooter game to improve his combat skills. According to The Guardian, the Norwegian shooter Anders Breivik told the court in 2012 that he used a holographic aiming device in the game Call of Duty to develop his target acquisition abilities. Like, first of all, oh my fucking god. Since when have the wild claims of Anders Breivik been taken as gospel? Been taken as documentation? He's a mass shooting fuckstick. He self-identifies as a fascist, is a massive racist, and also claims to be an Odinist. Since when are we taking his ramblings at face value? Oh right, yeah, when it's fucking convenient to do so. I need to ask CNN's Jeremy Bailenson, mate, do you believe everything that Anders Breivik believes? Because you're taking his claims of learning to be an expert marksman from Call of Duty, which, fucking impossible, but you're taking what he says there as documented evidence. Does that mean you also believe in his fascism? I mean, you're the one who's taking whatever he says as fucking gospel, so I can only assume you believe in his massive racism too. It's just funny how people characterise his beliefs and his claims as wild and abhorrent, except in that one case. Suddenly people believe him when he claims that he's basically Marvel's villain, the Taskmaster, that he can just experience something second-hand and pick it up as if he'd learned it himself. My dude, that's not how video games work. That's not how human brains work. That is science fiction. That is a Black Mirror episode. That is fantasy. I literally cannot believe that I'm looking at the sort of editorials I was squashing over 10 years ago when I first started doing games media work. I can't believe that old-fashioned fucking rhetoric is back, and that we're clinging to the first-hand claims of the shooters themselves as our only shred of credible info backing us up. That's where we're at again, is it? It's 2006 again. Now, you all know that I've got no fucking love for the so-called AAA game industry. You know I'm the last person who'd go to bat for Activision Blizzard, and you should know by now that I firmly believe the media we consume does influence the way we think about things. But to make the huge fucking leap between influential media and video games being used as virtual boot camps is to quite literally believe in science fiction, with a heavy emphasis on the word fiction. You're an idiot fantasist if you believe that. And I know last time I talked about these dimbold politicians, these opportunistic fucksticks blaming video games for mass shootings, and some smartasses attempting a gotcha were like, well Jim, you said that loot boxes make children gamble, which A, I've never actually said that. I've said it exploits people with addictive habits, and B, they actually do exploit those sorts of people, like I've said, and there's actual evidence of that shit. If Jeremy Ballsack wants documented proof, there are plenty of accounts of people who have gotten themselves fucked over by overspending in FIFA. There are actual predatory tactics viewable in video games that can be looked at. If you want to have a crack at video games, there are lots of ways in which you could do it without resorting to fantastical conjecture. He can look at the things these publishers have patented where they straight up admit they want to influence you to do certain things. But that's to influence you to spend money, not to shoot people. Because publishers don't want people dead, they just want them in debt. Jeremy Bailenson is lying. There is no documented case. There is only the wild claim of a mass shooter. And the last time I checked, we didn't take what those people said as gospel. The CNN opinionator has decided to scare us about virtual reality, claiming Virtual reality is the ultimate training machine. Now, Brevik, the one documented case according to Jeremy, didn't even play VR. He played the Call of Duty games that were available before 2012. But is Jeremy trying to scare his readers? Players can look all around the scene instead of just staring at a screen. Handheld devices vibrate to simulate touch. Most importantly, players use their arms and body to engage in actual combat moves instead of just hitting buttons. Have you ever played a VR game? I have. They are fucking awkward right now and pretty damn restricted because we don't live in Demolition Man yet. Maybe one day virtual reality will be realistic and physically aligned enough with reality to be as competent a trainer as you're claiming. But right now, even the most immersive commercial VR game is at the very least over the fucking top and at most far too detached in a physical sense to even approach real life shooting. The only way you could assume that VR games are the ultimate training tool is if you've never played it and you've just watched like some science fiction show that misrepresents what VR's capable of currently. Matey boy, did you get all of your information from Star Trek holodeck episodes? Because that's not real. That's a show set in space in the future. Beyond that, this editorial just goes off the fucking deep end. Suddenly acting like an expert in video game design, the writer starts talking about the physics of bullets being all, think about a frisbee. In order to hit a target straight ahead, one needs to arc it to one side to account for its return swing. If virtual reality bullets also travelled with a slight curve, then virtual shooters would always be pointing away from a target in order to eventually hit it. This learned side aiming would likely carry over to the real world and people would have trouble hitting a target straight ahead. What? You do realise that guns in video games don't work like guns in real life already, right? All you're proposing is that we make games frustrating and shitty by forcing players to not aim at the things they're trying to shoot. In your fantastical reality where people are using games as virtual boot camps, all you'd really be doing is making would-be mass shooters think even more than they currently do about the physics of shooting a gun. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't actually want them to do that. Guns in games shouldn't have the mechanics of real ones. They already don't. You shouldn't hold a realistically weighted gun-shaped object and pull a trigger in virtual reality. You can't! Have you seen the Vive controller? It's not a realistically weighted gun-shaped object. It's a lightweight clump of rounded plastic. He starts talking about the wildly entertaining types of weapons we see in superhero movies, guns that are too big for normal people to carry, abstract weaponry. That's what we already have, even in Call of Duty. All the guns are fantastical versions of real ones. They don't operate like that in real life. Even I know that, and I prefer to know as little about real guns as I possibly can. He also says that every single enemy in a video game should be robots. For example, virtual shooters should aim at robots. Robots move and are shaped differently from humans, but designers can animate and move them much faster than humans, or to have skills that humans don't, like flying. Hence, virtual reality would teach skills that would not work as well when aiming at... What is fucking wrong with you? I really feel like I'm stooping to the level of a child by entertaining this, but we could easily argue that by making all of the enemies in VR games robots, we could potentially be teaching mass shooters in their virtual boot camps to view all their targets as non-human in real life, therefore be better at disassociating and pulling the trigger. Seriously, if you believe that virtual reality has such a powerful influence over a mass shooter, what CNN's editorial argues for is the dehumanization of would-be targets, which media used to do during wartime with enemy countries, specifically to make people feel better about shooting them. You fucking idiot. Not once does this CNN opinion piece entertain any other idea. He even admits that he loves violent content himself. Some of my own favourite science fiction films and TV series are gory and terrifying. But it's okay if he likes it. Clearly he doesn't like video games, so they're bad. Grow up. Grow the fuck up, you exceptionally tall infant. Like, I don't know who the fuck you're trying to serve by doing this. Whether you're just trying to direct the conversation away from the culture you like, or there's a particular aspect of the current status quo that you're trying to lead your readers away from. But whatever it is, grow the fuck up. You know, I could easily stoop to your level and talk about how news media, including CNN, glorifies these fucking shooters by turning them into figures of myth, taking what they say at face value, plastering their face up on everything. I could talk about how the parent companies of these news stations produce other media in which guns are made to look awesome and cool. If we want to play that sort of fucked up game, then we can play that sort of fucked up game. But until then, what you've written is antics. Childish foolishness. The sad wankery of someone clearly desperate to deflect. Fuck this irresponsible, obfuscating bullshit. And fuck CNN Opinion for making me go to bat for a game industry and a game company I don't even like very much. There's nothing I enjoy more these days than seeing the likes of Activision Blizzard raked over hot coals, but I want to see them raked over the coals for things they actually do, not for things that dance around in your fucking fantasist's brain along with the talking bunny rabbits. You inconceivable bellend. Piss right off.